podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
You're listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, thrice welcome in fact to Achtung Millwall. My name is Nick Hart. You join me of course at the Den for the visit of Middlesbrough this afternoon. A fairly grey and overcast afternoon, though by no means cold. Just Lions this afternoon, dear listeners, unchanged from Carrow Road. An excellent win at Carrow Road last Saturday. In goal therefore we have our big Bender, Stephen Bender. Across the back line, Tristan Kramer, Jeff Tanganga, Jake Cooper, Alfie Doughty. The midfield two, Billy Mitch and Casper Denor. Either side of them will be Camille Negley and Femi Aziz. Up front, the dynamic duo of Josh Coburn and Mihailo Ivanovic. Just 1,000 tickets I saw left for sale yesterday afternoon ahead of this big fixture. It's going to be another testing fixture. Last week was a test at Carrow Road. Go there and get a result, which we passed with flying colours. Another test this afternoon. I mean, you'd expect Middlesbrough, I think they won their opening league fixture against Bristol City. You'd expect them to be contenders in the division, but they had a very poor result in the League Cup. We of course had a passable result, a win, more than passable, and a very agreeable win in the end at Newport County. We progressed to the next round. As you can hear, the Den is in fine voice, dear listeners. Coventry City in the next round, towards the end of the month. But for this afternoon, it's going to be business as we face Middlesbrough in their familiar all-red strip lines, of course, in the, I quite like them, the dark blue and white ensemble of the season. Incidentally, have you checked out the new away kit, the black with red trim? We were sworn to secrecy on that, listeners, at the media day. It was there, but I inadvertently took a picture of it, and perhaps you had to delete all images from the social media. Whoops-a-daisy. Nice kit though. Nice line on it. Nice old school roaring line. More of that Millwall FC. That's what we want to see. That style of roaring lion. This will be the starting 11. I thought did really well up there at Norwich after a difficult first half. We really stronged it from the end of the first half through the second half there. It's going to be interesting to see how we approach this game against Middlesbrough. At Norwich we absorbed pressure and sat back a little bit in the first half. Then took the game to them. The venerable Bede will be most unhappy with this turn of events, listeners. Middlesbrough must have won the toss and are going to be attacking the away end in the first half. That's not in accordance with the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. The venerable Bede will be turning in. Does he have a grave? He must have a grave. He's turning in it. And we're going to be attacking the Coldborough in the first half. I always think that this feels a bit like putting the shoes on the wrong feet when you get up in the morning. You know, in the dark, you put the shoes on the wrong feet. You can walk, but don't feel right. Anyway, it will be Mill to kick us off. Casper Denor with the ball in the centre circle. High expectation levels around the Den, dear listeners. Are you part of this giddy wave of enthusiasm that's doing the rounds? You can hear it, can't you? Charlton away tickets went on sale on Thursday, was it? I got my ticket, thankfully, but they were sold out within 2 days. There's a huge weight of anticipation around the Den at the moment, especially in the wake of that win up at Norwich. Personally, I like us still being rated as underdogs and the dark horses of the division, dear listeners, don't you? Historically, we've never dealt with, expectation particularly well, but that's something that I think Alex Neil spoke about in one of his interviews recently, the fact that expectation comes with results and therefore comes with the territory of being up the division. Lots of angst online about the potential move, the 1.2 million tag, if a Premier League side comes in for Jeff Tanganga. So far, no dice. This is Millwall though. This is Tanganga now on the right side. He's slightly over touched that. That's gone for a throw in on the right side. Yeah, still no interest from any Premier League sides. Apparently we've turned away interest from Serie A. So it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks ahead. The transfer window slams shut, don't close, it slams shut on the last day of September, of August, 1st of September. Ball, one on the left side, here's Negley. Tries to pass across almost into the path of Kramer there, but the defender does well to escape his attentions. Lines have started at a high pace, and Boro will bring out. Millwall first into the challenge, the 50-50 ball, we're first to it. It's wide, this is Kramer on the right side. Can't quite get his cross in there, took a little yard too far to control that ball. It wins a right-sided corner though. Lovely ball from Negley to find Kramer. Just got away from him at the last. It's going to be a right-sided corner. We're on 8 minutes. The referee blows up when Millwall had the hint of the advantage there. Femi Aziz getting clipped, but the ball had been played through to Josh Coburn. The advantage is not been. I always give it the other way. If Femi Aziz gets clipped, and it's a red free kick. Make of that what you will, listeners. 10 minutes. Usual standard refereeing. Nice work, Negley to Kramer. Ball down the right channel, Coburn, right-sided cross. What can he do? It's into the central zone, cleared by the 12. Right-sided corner, Millwall, dear listeners. Nice break forwards there. 17 minutes. Ball well won there in the melee from Casper de Lourdes. Is Aziz on the left side. Beautiful cross, there's a header. Oh, power header by Negley. Under attention, he looks like he's took a bit of a bump there. It went wide. Central header, but he looks like he's taken a bit of a bump. Do worry about Camille Negley. He's like our Ming Vars, isn't he, listeners? You know, injury prone. Probably the best chance of the half for Millwall there. Couldn't quite get his header on target, but he's just getting a bit of treatment now. So let's hope that works out. He looks all right. He looks all right, listeners. My medical judgment from 70 yards away is he looks all right. Dr. Hart's diagnosis. 23 minutes. Boro now pressing down their left, our right. The 22 went past Kramer there. He took a swing into fresh air. They're balled in now from the right side. Oh, it runs right across the face of the goal. That was an opportunity for Boro. Wow. One touch and that would have gone in there. They've been in the 6-yard box there. Lions dodge a bullet, dear listeners. 24 minutes. Well, that was Boro's best chance of the half by a country mile. Millwall had their better chance but a few moments ago with Negley's header, but that was a real opportunity. Good work, but in Mitchell penalised for a perfectly good tackle there by this slag of a referee, listeners. 26 minutes. It's giving us nothing. That was a perfectly good tackle. And as you know, I am a totally unbiased voice, aren't I? Yeah, the Dockers stand have it summed up very, very succinctly, listeners, in my opinion. Referee gagging to give minor free kicks against us every opportunity. Sarcasm abounds around the den as Billy Mitchell draws a free kick. This is Alfie Doughty now going down the left side, number 14. He's got Aziz in front of him. He gives it to Aziz. Femi checks, ball into the middle, the goalkeeper takes. Yellow card for Tristan Kramer, a little Gallic tug of the shirt there as the man went away from him. I don't know why. What's the difference between a Gallic tug of the shirt and an Anglo-Saxon tug of the shirt? Listeners, is our one more honest in its approach? Probably not. Anyway, things go through your head. Free kick, Boro. Taken short. This is the 22 on their left. All into the middle, bouncing around. Referee blows for clash of heads, I think. Kramer takes a bit of a bump. Sur la tête. Un bump sur la tête. Punching tackle, Billy Mitchell. Did you hear that, listeners, on this stream? Won a free kick, a throw in over on the left side. Man of the match last week. So far, I'd say he's in the running for man of the match this week too. sketches of making football boots. I got laughed at by my young nephew, who's an urban music and clothing aficionado, for having a pair of Skechers trainers. Apparently they are so boomer, but they're being advertised, football boots being advertised around the den, listeners. So are they? Am I now hip? The kids don't use words like hip anymore, listeners, do they? Yeah, Riz. Anyway, corner taken short on the right. Middlesbrough cross, in it comes. Glancing header from Jake Cooper there. It's still in red possession on this left side for Middlesbrough. Still in the 7 now, left side. Hackney, London Borough. All in from 7, headed clear by Coburn. Doing some defensive work there. Ball breaks. This is Femi Aziz now on the left side. Can't get past his man, unfortunately, giving Middlesbrough a chance to break forwards in their stead. 9 puts it high, wide and handsome into the upper decks of the away end. That was 34 minutes, dear listeners. Been an open game so far. It's been, full commitment, end-to-end stuff. No direct chances in front of goal. Maybe that cross from Middlesbrough and also the header for Camille Negley. But apart from that, it's been all action without any end product so far. Oh, ball breaks. This is Ivanovic, can't quite bring it under control there. Breaks again. This is Femi Aziz on the left side. He'll have a go from here. Surely he will, but over the bar, wide. Worth a go. 35 minutes. Oh, Billy went into a full challenge there. Come off the worst with the 18. Wow. Fully committed challenge. He's come off the worst there, listeners. Blimey. Well, he's up. He gets a yellow card. Free kick, yellow card, and he hurt himself. Walking gingerly off. We'll see whether he's fit to continue. It looks like he is. He's gone a little bit off the boil as the half has worn on. I know you can't keep that kind of early pace going for the whole half, but we just seem to have stepped off the gas a touch. This is great work by Denor, though, as I'm saying. This is Aziz on the left side. Doughty and Aziz combining well. 1-2 there, ball in. It's far post. It's gone to Ivanovic across the face of the goal. Shot from Denor, blocks on the line. Doughty with a shot back into the mix. Goal kick. Little moment there, listeners. Just as I was saying, we've gone off the boil. Lions produce something. Shot from Denor there, blocks on the line. 42 minutes. Ball gets away from Tanganga, giving Middlesbrough a chance to break forwards. Round the backside of the bank. Oh, Bender's caught him. Oh, well spotted referee. I've slagged that man off the whole half. I thought Bender had caught him as he went through, tapped his ankle. Bender's given him a right Achtung, calling him a dive. Blimey. Many's the referee would have given that one, listeners. Number 9 there. Cheating 9. I might have given that one myself. Ooh. 43 minutes. One well there. This is Coburn. Breaks forwards just outside the right side of the Boro penalty. That's going to go for a right-sided corner. And the referee blows for half-time. The referee's done us no favours whatsoever, dear listeners. There it is, half-time, 0-0. Best chances for Millwall. I suppose there was a header for Negley, as he put wide, and then that shot from Casper Denor cleared from the line. Borough have had a few moments going forwards, across the face of the goal, springs to mind, and I suppose they would claim that penalty shout. But there we are at the break. It's Millwall 0, Middlesbrough 0. We're going to take a short advertising break, and then we'll come back with a little brief interview I did earlier on with Mike Jules. Stay tuned, dear listeners.
You're listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Bermondsey. talking to Mike George at half-time, who's got a new book out. Mike, Walking the Walk. It's based on your walk tours of the Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, originally it was an idea that basically we were doing the walks and they change all the time. And I said to Rob Woodford, who runs it with me, wouldn't it be a good idea to have a book that just explains everything we do on the
location
tours.
by location, so to speak, isn't it?
And he said, great idea. And then I looked at it and I thought, you know what? We need something more than that.
Yeah.
And I looked around all the different books that are around about Millwall, and there's loads out there. And I thought no one has written a proper, detailed and accurate report of Millwall 1885 to 1910. So that's what I've done.
Lovely. Can people get it online from you, Mike? I mean, you're selling it today at the Lions Centre. Will you be back here doing this again, or how can people lay their hands on it?
We've been given permission. We can come in here, so every home game I will have copies, hopefully. But they can also contact me on Facebook, or they can... I'll tell you what, I'll give you my number, or no, I won't do that. I might get some funny calls. I'll give you my email address, wkmike@sky.com. If you contact me, then we can arrange to get a book out to you. Unfortunately, Royal Mail, in their infinite wisdom, have upped the prices, so the books would be $14.50 if I post them out.
Gets a bit prohibitive. I see you doing cash or bank transfer here today. Yeah. That's how you're going to be doing it over pre-game across the season, pretty much?
If I can, yeah.
If you can,
If I can, because it's nice and easy, without getting involved in credit card and debit card, and they take 2% every time you pay for something, and it's which I don't agree with. I like cash is king, as they say.
Well, it's a good-looking book, listeners. I do recommend it. If you can't get hold of Mike, give me a shout. I'll forward the message on to him. And it's edited by Rob Woodford, forward by ex-player Phil Coleman as well there, Mike. So it looks like a good production, mate.
Yeah, well, everybody seems to have jumped on board with it and got behind me. I've had support from Mark Fairbrother. I've had support from this layabout, which is Sharon Wentworth, by the way. Everybody...
It's really busy, you know. I thought I'd be wandering in to see Mike, one man and his dog in there, but it's busy in there. So get on it, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the action. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Achtung, Millwall.
Welcome back, dear listeners. Teams are out for the second half after a fairly evenly fought first half, I felt. Chances for both sides, one way and the other. The Lions probably having the lion's share, so to speak. No pun intended. But Millwall want to press on in this second half and really take hold of a game that we will feel we probably should be edging. Anyway, it's going to be Middlesbrough to kick us off. Lions will be attacking the away end in the second half, contrary to the teachings of the Venerable Bede, dear listeners. He is very, very unhappy. Great tackle there, Tanganga. Ball through for Sebi Aziz, cut out well there by Ayling. Nice turn by the 27, gets away from his man there. This is just outside the right side of the middle penalty area, the 11 now. Into the box. 1-0, slammed home by the 7. He wants to go and give it some to the Cold Low Lane end. Nice move, in fairness. 1-0 Middlesbrough. 49 minutes. Giving it the ear rolls down there, the 7. Middlesbrough taking forever to reform, as is the way of the modern football, listeners. The Lions have got a challenge in front of them now. Ball breaks, Josh Coburn trying to feed through to Mihailo. He wins it back though on the edge of the penalty area. He's under a bit of attention. What can he do? Shot is blocked. The 7 again is our bogey man, listeners. Did well there to hold off Josh Coburn. Nice head down from Ivanovic. Finds Negley. He's got Kramer overlapping. He doesn't see him. He finds instead Femi Aziz over here on the left. Banks of red shirts in front of him. What can he do? He takes his man on, gets a cross in. And Coburn hits the crossbar, listeners! Down low header, it comes up off the crossbar. Bounces away. Mill still in possession. Oh, this is Doughty there. It's going to go for a corner. Left-sided corner, dear listeners. How unlucky there from Josh Coburn. Really nicely taken. Low header. Comes up onto the crossbar. Left-sided corner. 53 minutes now, listeners. Doughty to take the corner. Billy and Casper staying back to guard the 27. Apart from that, everyone's in the penalty area. Everyone. There's Cooper. Bounces around, but the 18 will clear it. Second great chance for Millwall there in the game, really, with the Denor volley cleared off the line, and then that Josh Coburn header onto the crossbar. Ball over the top. This is Kramer, offside given against, I think, probably Ivanovic and Kramer, in fairness. Inside Doughty's going to have to leave us. Sturge will have to warm up, listeners. Well, it's just under the cosh a little bit since the goal. We've not quite recovered our swagger. 61 minutes, plenty of time left in the game, but after a pretty high tempo start to the game, we've slightly gone off the boil a little bit. Coburn has worked hard, but not really produced much in the way of inspiration. Middlesbrough played their way out of trouble there to the disgruntlement of the crowd. Floodlights come on, 63 minutes. It is a dull day. It's another angled pass for Aziz to chase down. The defender escorts it out well enough, though. It's going to be a goal kick. Great tackles in midfield, Negley there, but it's falling to a red shirt more than it did in the first half. The second ball fell to a blue shirt a lot in the first half. Second half, it's consistently going to a red. That's been a bit of a problem for us, as this, especially now we're behind in the game. 64, going to all 65 minutes, listeners. Lions just a little bit adrift at the moment. Will Alex Neil be thinking of further substitutions? Obviously we had the enforced one with Alfie Doughty leaving, replaced by Zach Sturge. So we are seeing some movement on the bench down there. I can't see who that is. Looks like it might be Ryan Leonard. Boro making a drama out of this corner here, taking their time with it, as they will. In it comes, near post. Ball flashes across the goal. One's actually for a goal kick, thankfully. I don't think anyone quite knew how that happened. Substitution, Ryan Leonard coming in, listeners. Number 4, that's going to be Tristan Kramer coming out. Looks like it's Macaulay Langstaff coming in as well. I'm going to guess Josh Coburn. Yes, Josh Coburn. So Langstaff and Leonard in. Coburn and Kramer have come out. Game's become a bit ragged from the Millwall perspective. Zach Sturge drawing a yellow there for a smallest of tug on the shirt. So of course the player's gone down for it, and it gives a free kick to Middlesbrough. Yet more time spent in our half when we want to be going down the other end. So naive, really, from the ex-Chelsea youngster, isn't he, Zach Sturge? We need to get some energy back into this side. At the moment, it's got a kind of the drifty feeling of a Sunday afternoon at Henley or something. Imarku warming up down below us. It might be a late card to play. He's played well in the week, didn't he, up there at Newport? It's going to be a long throw from Ryan Leonard over on the right side. Will have to be a long one from there. Wow. Cooper with the nod on there to Macaulay Langstaff. What's he given? Offside? My word. This is the 10 now on the right side of the 20 now. Mill penalty area. Shot over the bar. Floated shot just over the bar. Chance there for Middlesbrough to seal matters. It's on 79 minutes. 2 more subs for Millwall. It's going to be Luongo coming in for Billy Mitchell. I think that's probably a fair call. He took a bit of a knock at the end of the first half, but he played very, very well up until then. And Imarku's coming in for Negley. Well, 10 minutes for Mill to try and scratch something out of a game they would have felt they should have had something from, and certainly on the strength of the first half performance. But as it is, there's no justice, like listeners, is there? It's like the old blues song. Ball flicked on there by Aziz, almost into the path of Ivanovic. Quality Mill's passing forward in the second half particularly has been a lot less. There's a lot less finesse than what we saw at times across the first half. Anyway, it's gone a bit a little bit deadly dull. 83 minutes, this is Tanganga just crossing the halfway line on the centre circle. Ryan Leonard on the outside of him. This is little 1-2. This is Aziz with Billy Mitch, shot block there. Howls for hands. I didn't see enough of that to give you my unbiased view there, but a free kick is given to Middlesbrough in any event, listeners. People filing for the exits. I think they've seen enough of a somewhat tepid second half display by Millwall in all honesty. The high tempo approach to the first half, which was good to see. We didn't take our chances and just couldn't match that in the second half. And then obviously the decisive moment so far has been the goal by Middlesbrough. We were unlucky, obviously Josh Coburn hitting the crossbar, but no points for bad luck in this league, is there? There's 2-0, slammed home from close. Ball put into the middle, it's bouncing around, not cleared, and slammed home from close range. 2-0, and I'm afraid that is game, set and match, dear listeners. One of the substitutes is parading backwards and forwards. He needs a good chinning, that bloke. He was pointing at people in the crowd. He'll 2-0, he said. He should be shown a card for that, listeners. Anyway, whatever. This game is done and dusted now, listeners. I will, of course, stay with it to the bitter end. That's what I do. Poor second half by Millwall, in all truth. Anyway, the game is back underway for what it matters. I think we're on 45 minutes, nearly. 90 minutes. Very disappointing second half, listeners. There's a lot of promise in that first half, but we just haven't capitalised on it in the second. And, there's the cliches have it. You get punished, don't you? Ball floated through to the 10. There's 3-0. Mill defence nowhere in sight, 3-0. That is a travesty of a scoreline in my opinion, but it is the scoreline whether I like it or not. Lions have been well off the pace this second half. Well off the pace. There it is. Millwall 0, Middlesbrough 3. I think I've had enough, listeners. Very, very poor showing second half particularly. But there we are, we've said it all. That's the end of the game. We'll be back after these messages.
I want to give a shout out to our friends John Kelly and Will Scott over at News at Den. Many of you will know that News at Den is the go-to site for everything Millwall. It's part of the Southwark News, the only newspaper with a dedicated Millwall reporter who follows the Lions all over the country. What we may not know is that Southwark News is an independent small business with no investors, no big media company, nor multi-millionaire owners. It's a rare breed, a local paper for local people. And John and Will get the Millwall stories that no one else can. A lot of their stuff is free to read, but the in-depth pieces are for subscribers only. It's just £3 a month or £30 a year, and we think it's a proper bargain. By paying, you're supporting local journalism done the right way. You can sign up by visiting southwarknews.co.uk and clicking on the News at Den section. southwarknews.co.uk, click on News at Den Plus. Morning, dear listeners. I used to do a jingle called Sunday Morning Nightmare, which I had to stop doing because it broke copyright. Sham 69 track. I needed it now. Joining me for our own personal Sunday morning nightmare is Graham Payne. Graham, how are you, mate?
Not bad, Nick. Not bad, considering.
Considering? Yeah, I mean, it all began badly when the Venerable Bede's instructions not to attack the away end first half went wrong on us. After that, everything seemed a bit off, Graham, really. Funny old game yesterday, wasn't it? We actually played not bad in the opening phase of it, but really went off the board in that second period, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, the first 15, 20 minutes, we really went at them. Obviously didn't get the goal, but then they seemed to grow into the game from that point, really. And I think they changed. I think they changed their way that they were playing, and they seemed to overload the midfield, and that's where I think we were lost. You know, there was only two of them in midfield. Now he's always had a spare man in that area.
I mean, this is the level that we're at, listeners. I mean, we were just saying off air, Graham, weren't we, about inflated levels of optimism coming into the game, especially after that excellent win last week at Carrow Road and the result, I suppose, at Newport even to some level. It was a bit of a wake-up call yesterday because, as you say, I thought we started quite well.
Yeah.
We were harassing and pressing them and winning second balls a lot. And that's exactly what you want to see. But I think you can only keep that tempo going for short periods because you just run out of petrol after a bit. And I think that's kind of what happened yesterday. We had that early chance for Camille Negley, didn't we? The ball in from Femi Aziz on the left, and he was actually balked badly on the header.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. I had a look at it on the highlights reel this morning on the club site. And it was number 22. It was a bit of a thorn in our side across the game, really. But he actually got underneath, made a back almost for Negley to come down quite hard. Referee, who I thought was generally quite poor yesterday, left that unpunished. I mean, many are saying online about a penalty, but I don't know. I didn't notice it in real time, but the replay looks quite a dangerous challenge. Actually, I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he made no attempt to get to the ball. He seemed to just smash into Negri, and
Yeah. He went over quite hard, didn't he? I thought he might, I think you said on our WhatsApp group about the impact of injuries, and we'll come back to Alfie Doughty later. But injuries, once you get past our first choice 11, I think that was noticeable in the week even that, we do look a little bit underpowered at times in terms of replacements that might come in. But our best chance, obviously, was that late first half Casper de North volley, which was bad luck, really, because he caught it quite well. And it was cleared off the line. Good defending, really, I suppose you've got to say. And then Doughty's follow-up was fired in just slightly wide. I think it's close, and I gave it credit for in real time. But that seemed to be it wasn't our lucky day, and we'd come back to that in the second half, wouldn't we? When Josh Coburn hit the crossbar and then it hit the post and hit the defender and didn't go in the net. I mean, Lady Luck didn't smile on us yesterday, Graham, did she?
No, not at all. And I've heard, I've read a bit online that the miss from Coburn was as bad as the one at Burnley. Well, I just don't see that. He's headed it.
What can he do? I mean, he's gone down low. I thought it was in real time. I thought it was a really good header. I mean, to get down low, another. I think it was a Femi cross from the left side, which we didn't probably see enough of. In fairness, yesterday, I don't think Femi Aziz would look back on that with any great fondness that game. But when he did get crosses in, situations were created. I thought Coburn did really well to get down and get a header on target. I mean, to hit the crossbar, hit the post, and then rebound the wrong way off a defender. That's, as I say, that's Lady Luck snarling at you, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't think he could have done any more. It wasn't nothing like the Burnley miss to me, but
no,
just. I just think it's just, as we know online, if we win, we're going to win the league, and if we lose, then there's
just hang yourself.
Yeah. Who's not good enough, and he's not good enough, and I mean, I heard things like a game with Kramer. Well, that guy was a good player, the wide player. I can't remember his name, and he gave Kramer quite a bit of a game. But you've got to realise at the end of the day, Kramer is not a right back.
No, he's not a right back, and he's playing out of position. Yeah,
he's playing out of position, and maybe that's another position that we need to fill, like with a proper right back. I know there's Ryan Leonard, but I don't know.
I think something you never really. I mean, Millwall's not the venue for acknowledging that sometimes the opposition are quite good.
Yeah.
And I think Boro did look like a decent side yesterday. I thought they. Rob Edwards is their manager. I thought he adjusted tactics, as you've said already, especially in that second half, and we didn't really have an answer to it. Sometimes you've got to take your hat off a little bit to to your opponents. We dodged a bullet. Stephen Bender, our big Bender in goal, dodged a bullet at the end of the first half with that penalty shout. I was right above that, Graham.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, that's a penalty, because he tapped his ankle as he went through. And the poor sod got a booking for his trouble for diving. I thought that was a nailed-on penalty, and I said so because I mean I am an unbiased voice listener, as you know. But I thought we really dodged the bullet on that one, because that was a pretty. I mean, people are saying online he dived. He didn't dive. He got tapped on his ankle as he went past the keeper. Which takes me back to the poor referee. I mean, we say this every week, Graham, but I mean that was the referee yesterday. I thought was unusually inept. Yeah,
a new rule and all, where if they go off for an injury, they've got to stay off for 30 seconds.
It seemed like a long 30 seconds at times.
I don't get
30
that.
seconds going towards a minute with Billy. I was off at one point in I think it was the second half. I can't remember, but he was off because he took a knock. Might have been the first half. He took a bang. He went into a full-blooded challenge and came away probably on the wrong end of it. I think he got a booking as well for that as well as an injury. But he didn't look quite the same. He's carrying a knock thereafter, I think. So, but this thing of staying off the pitch for extended periods is quite an odd one, really. But there we are. That's FIFA regulations. Second half, apart from the Coburn, crossbar, which we've touched on, was a bit of a tale of woe, really, I thought.
Yeah,
we really went off the boil there, didn't we, in that second period?
We didn't create anything, really, in the second half, apart from that Coburn chance.
Yeah.
I know we're saying about the squad and all that, but when you looked at the bench yesterday, there wasn't, apart from maybe a Marco, there wasn't anyone you could think, oh, he'll come on and make a real difference, And that's, as you said, the cup game in the week, it's. I still think we're, I suppose you're always going to say you're short of players, quality players anyway, but.
Well, at Millwall you will do, won't you? Because we just can't throw the kind of money at it that will sign, decisive game-changing players. But there we are. That's the story of our lives, listeners. 1-0 probably really changed the game. Whoever got the first goal was probably always going to press on and take 3 points, and unfortunately it fell to Middlesbrough yesterday. I thought defensively there were a few errors in there. I mean, Jake Cooper looks like he's wandering around at North Greenwich bus station, trying to find the right bus stop as he went past him. And of course, it was that number 7 who slammed it home from it was a right-sided cross, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that a corner or was it? I can't remember now. But
just a cross, Nick. I don't think it was a cross.
And he was left in time and space to slam it home, and that was 1-0. And that did feel a bit like a body blow at that point, which is not really how you want it. But I mean, defensively, we just looked a bit slack there, and I think you'd say that with each of the goals in many ways, Graham. Defensive errors.
Hopefully, it was just a bad day at the office, but you've got to see now. Going to Sheffield United next Saturday. I mean, they've had a terrible start, haven't they?
Yeah, they got beat yesterday at Swansea, 1-0. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get a response, as they say, football cliche. We'll get a response. Second goal it wasn't as it was game, set and match. I think I said that in real time. But to me, I think the decisive goal was the first one for me. But second one certainly sealed our fate, and that was poor defending, because that was a corner, wasn't it? That was where we couldn't get the ball away from the danger area, and if you don't do that, you're going to concede. And it was slammed in with minimal challenging. Actually, I mean, again, I don't know what happened to the defence. It's like a nervous breakdown or something. But no one was defending, were they? No one was challenging. So
none of them.
The guy got a clear shot.
None of the back four, I think, played well yesterday. I mean, really as a defensive unit, but especially the two. I think Tangam was a bit off and on yesterday. He wasn't normal stuff. Yeah,
unusual. And if Tanganga's off, that means that Jake's off. And, they're like a married couple, wouldn't they? Happy wife, happy life, happy Jeff, happy Jake, So that was it, really. I mean, the third goal was that was a beautiful ball from Idemo into the path of the Middlesbrough. Sparse defending, I've written down on my little notes there. Sparse is a very diplomatic word. And he obviously just lobbed it in for 3-0, and that was that. A bit worrying about Alfie Doughty going out the game there, Graham. Hamstring. We wait to see with trepidation what becomes of him, because I mean Zach Sturridge is okay. I like Zach, but his Doughty is obviously the first choice. A lot of people saying he don't look fit online. Do you agree with that?
I do, to a certain extent, Nick. When I saw him when he came in, and you saw him in training, I thought he had a little bit of a gut on him, And I don't know whether he is he doesn't look fit to me. Yeah, I'll go along with that actually. But
I don't know. I don't know. You wouldn't expect him to be, but then I suppose he is a quality player, so you can work on that. Whether he'll work on it now with his hamstring injured, I don't know. We don't really know the extent of the injury, listeners. So we expect the worst. Some people talk about he's out till Christmas. I mean, I don't know how you can make that medical judgment from high up in the West Upper. But anyway, there we are.
Yeah, hamstring at Millwall is normally 3 months, isn't it, at least?
3 months. Oh dear. Alex Neil, speaking to the club TV service afterwards, said we words to the effect of, I'm not quoting him verbatim, listeners, too much farting around. I mean, he wouldn't say too much farting around, but too many passes across the back, which I'd agree with. Our crossing also he mentioned, and I think you've got to look at Femi on that one. He did get a couple of crosses in. When he did, he created problems, but certainly wasn't enough of that yesterday. I did read online, it might have been Phil Clark saying about Negley having a wandering role, have gun will travel type idea that he goes where he goes, but it does create problems. I think particularly it was mentioned for Kramer, who was exposed a lot. I mean, I like Camille Negley. Unfortunately, yesterday he was doing more defensive good work than attacking good work, I thought. But he does look a quality player and committed, Graham. He does the work, doesn't he? He gets back.
Yeah.
And he does look a threat going forwards, but it wasn't anyone's best. I don't know if you can pick a man of the match yesterday, really. I was going to pick Negley, to be honest, but he's a forward, and you don't want to be naming man of the match for his defensive. I think Billy was going well up until he took the knock, and then he slightly faded from view a little bit. It's just there was no imagination to unlock that Boro defence yesterday. I think that's the thing that struck me. We didn't really have any pizzazz there, do we?
Ivanovic didn't get a sniff, did he? And maybe if Negri's going to play that role where he can roam, then they're going to have to go back to one up front and put him behind the forward and bring obviously some, go back that way, because I think at times they've got to be more flexible. We all like two forwards up front, but when they were getting totally overrunning midfield, I thought Alex Neil should have maybe changed it a bit earlier,
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, one thing I will say for Alex Neil is he does learn from his mistakes. He didn't claim it as a mistake yesterday in his interviews, but I think privately he might well do, because he's a thinking manager. I think it was obvious that we were overrun in the second half yesterday, and that's going to be a problem because other teams can do that to us as well. There we go. Response needed at Sheffield United. I've written that stating the obvious, isn't it? State the bleeding obvious, Nick. We need a response at Sheffield United. Yes, indeed. I didn't go in any of the bars. There's some mixed reviews of Doherty. Some people said it looks like a bookmaker's in there now, and others really loved it in the bars. Did you frequent any of the revamped venues, Graham?
No, they're all over your side, aren't they, Nick? In the west or the kitchens. I sit in the other side, so no.
You're over on the other side. I mean, my only view of the revamp is that they've painted the railings white instead of yellow, which looks better. But it matches the white of the pitch. So there we are. If that's important. And in fairness, because I know a lot of people follow the bird shit psychodrama, that there appears to have been jetting done, listeners, blasting has been done. What I would say is when I arrived, there was certainly no bird shit on the seats, Graham. Right?
Well.
What had happened is it had been jetted off onto the floor and it had dried on the floor. Now, I will confess, anyone that was sitting in the row in front of me, I did kick some of the shit forwards off of my bit onto the row in front because there was no one there at the time. I took the view that if there's no one there, then my responsibility is absolved for any health issues that might come. I just kicked it forward. So anyway, fair play. I think a jet washer has been employed in certain strategic locations. I'd be interested to know if anyone else gets bird shit on their seats and what they what they found yesterday. Certainly that was my experience. So is that good news, Graham? I don't know.
I suppose it is. See if they're going to do it every game now, jet it down before every
I don't know about every. It looked like it had been jetted because this is a direction of the podcast I didn't expect to go into, really, listeners. But as this is a football show, really, but it appears to me that when you jet off bird shit and it hits the floor in hot weather, it re-dries into kind of like flakes, bits. That's what seems to have happened. I managed to kick it away because I'm a reasonable bloke, and hopefully the people in front didn't suffer too much as a consequence. There we go. Graham, good to talk to you. Sunday morning, night and over, mate. Let's keep our fingers crossed for next week. Let's keep our fingers crossed for Alfie Doughty.
Yeah.
And let's I don't know if you pray, listeners, but do some mental thought for Alfie Doughty's well-being, because we don't have to look poor without it. Pray for that hamstring to heal itself. Like one of these American preachers. dollars for Alfie. Oh dear. There we go. Good to talk to you, Graham. Thanks for coming on, mate. I appreciate it.
Hello?
Half time, Nick. I'm fucking fuming. The ref was a fucking cunt half time. I don't know if you want a pink shirt, but I mean, on 42 minutes, I don't know, you got a better view than me, Nick. Fucking achtungmillwall. That was a stonewall penalty. In the, I don't know. Did he dive? I don't know, mate. First 15 minutes, it's all been fucking wall. Cameron Edry got to get back into the game, mate. We got a great team, mate. And fucking Luke Aylan, fucking Leeds, fucking cunts. Referees are, do you know what? Half time, 0-0, mate. All I know is, mate, we got to win this. Bye for now, Bobby T. Yeah, Nick Hart, I can see you in the pink shirt. I'm fucking shocked. Straight back down to a fucking referee won that 2-0. Our defence is shocking, fucking shocking. Pinball. Yeah, I said we're going to go up playoffs, but back to the drawing board now, if you ask me. Mihailo and Coburn didn't get a sniff. This could be free. They're calling the ref's a cunt. Yeah, I can see you in a pink shirt. I'm absolutely gutted before I go on holiday. I'm not going to lie to you. No team comes to Millwall and wins 2-0, mate, if you ask me. So, I'm absolutely fuming. Ref's a cunt. Nick Hart, Bobby T. It's only the second game of the season and the refs don't want us to go up. Refs don't want us to go up, mate. Full stop. Honestly, Nick Hart, Bobby T here, we threw the fucking towel in, no fight. We only had the first 10 minutes. Otherwise, they come here and took the fucking piss. Nick Hart, Bobby T, how the fuck we go from Norwich 2-1 away to home to Boro 3-0? Shocking performance. We ain't going up. Playoffs at this rate. It's only game 2. I'm going to get my kids in the pram or twist or whatever. But I'm not happy, mate. See you, Wrexham. Mallorca, get me out of here. Oh, Nick Hart, one more thing. Utter fucking dog shit. Nick Hart, Bobby T, walking home. All the excitement, all the fucking hype. Oh, great team, man. We had a great team. But we just didn't show any fight today, Nick Hart. I said the front too. Camo was fucking lazy. The list goes on. I'm not really happy, mate. But, hey, no one else will go Sheffield United to win. Beat Wrexham. Back in it again. Early days, mate, early days. Millwall till I die. Bye for now, Bobby T. Ref's a cunt. Nick Hart, Bobby T here. You know what? I might as well end it on a fucking positive. Might as well. If you're going to ask me for the man of the match, because it ain't the fucking referee, cheating cunt. For me, Billy Mitchell as a player a couple of years ago, even before Ben Thompson and all that, he's grown into his own shoes. Yeah, Billy sideways. No, he goes forward. He's an engine. And I think he's my man of the match today. And after Docky went off, didn't change the game. I ain't blaming Alex Neil. I ain't blaming any of the management staff, the subs. The front two didn't get a look in. Yeah, we hit the post. But they came to town and they look fitter than us. Full stop. That's what I'm saying. Nick Hart, signing off. Love Millwall. Love the Achtung Millwall. Not happy. Going to Mallorca. Bye for now. Nick Hart, Bobby T here. I can't sleep tonight. I'm going to Mallorca. Cooper, I've had enough now. You get Kramer in the centre back. He's not a right back. Get him in centre back with Tatanga. Put Leonard on right back, or Danny Mack comes back, and Alfie Doherty, and that's it. Sorry, Coops. Kramer centre back now. Bad day at the office. We move on. Bye for now. Love you, Achtung Millwall. Bobby T. Still fucking angry.
Achtung, Millwall.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.